Hello everyone. As we are using large amount of data and different tools, technologies for analysis of these data, we need a good programming language and techniques to analyze the data. For this process, Python, which has many supporting modules, to very much useful. Hello everyone. This is Sudha, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Business Management, RBBRR Women's College. Today, we try to know the features and basics of Python programming. As Python is a fastest growing programming language in terms of developers, libraries, and applications, it could be in machine language, artificial intelligence, and web development. Anything that you can think of, Python is a popular language, programming language. So, as first we discuss about what actually the Python is. Python is a popular high-level programming language used in various applications. Is a widely used high-level programming interpreter programming language. It was created by Guido van Rossum in 1989 and further development done by the Python software. Foundation, it was designed with an emphasis to code readability, and its syntax allows programmers to express their concepts in fewer lines of code, and it is an easy language to learn because of its simple syntaxes. Python can be used for simple tasks such as plotting or for more complex tasks like machine learning. To visualization of your data, as we can use a Python programming language with the help of the different modules. So, in the next, we are going to discuss about the why actually the Python program is need. As it is a simple readable syntax, makes it is accessible for beginners, while it is versatile and extensive libraries make it powerful and advanced applications. So here we are going to discuss why actually we need a Python programming to analyze. As first, it is a object oriented concepts. So it is a widely used object oriented concepts where we can have all the OOPS concepts, that is we can say as a objects, class, polymorphism, inheritance, all whatever the different object oriented concepts are there. By using of all the object oriented concepts, we can easily use in your Python programming. Then, using of the modular. Modular is a readable syntax and it is accessible for beginners. While it is a versatility and it can be extensive libraries, make it powerful to advanced applications. Next, as we are having a used for the scrapping, which we are using of the analyzing of your information. Then it is active for the active and supportive for the process of community. So as is the building organizing to code to separate the modules, and it supports the math and AI applications. So as with some of the inbuilt modules using of the different artificial intelligence applications, for all these it is the Python program is supporting. Next, as it is a dynamic programming language, so as when and where if you want to change anything, as you can do the dynamic changes using of your application coding. So that's why as every developer nowadays they are using this Python programming to develop the applications. Why? Because the syntax are and the lesser code as code of lines we can write to develop one single application. Then we are going to discuss about the advantages of Python. So as we can have a different advantages of Python, its various fields such as web development or data sciences in artificial intelligence and automations and many more we are using the Python programming. Next, as it is a simple and readable, it is a simple line, very readable format as you are using a English simple sentences you are using to write the code. So that's why it's one of the best advantages we can say is using of the Python programming, while it is the versatility and extensive libraries we are using here. Next, and it is using, as I said, it's using all the object oriented concepts. So by using of the all the object oriented concepts as error handling mechanisms or inheritance mechanism, polymorphism mechanism, we can do the extensive code using of the Python. That is also one of the advantage using of the Python. Next, as we have different modularities refers to the process of building and organizing the code into a separate modules. So by using of these different advantages, we can say the Python programming is very useful. Next, as we are going to discuss about the different applications of the Python programming. Python is a most versatile language in the programming world, and it has various applications and various domains. It helps us to taking care of the our current programming task as well as the core functionality of Python programming language. So these are the some of the Python applications where we can use Python to develop the web development, desktop applications, software development, in education, database access, networking programming, gaming, and 3D graphics. So, what actually all these? So, it is a web development is nothing but develop a web application without too much of trouble. It has libraries for internet protocols like using of the HTML, XML, JSON, and email processing. Next, as using of the second one is desktop GUI applications. So GUI applications describes about the Python ship with TDs, a standard GUI library. Let it to draft a user interface for an application using of the file transfer protocols, IAMP protocols, and easy to use of the circuit interfaces. Next, using in the science or numeric applications, that is nothing but is a widespread applications of Python programming with its power, and it comes as the no surprise that Python finds the place in the scientific community also. For this, we have different packages or modules. We can say NumPy and Pandas are used in a scientific technology development. Next, using of the software development applications where developers are make use of Python code to support the programming language they use for build control and management testing and for lot of other things. Next, in education purpose, as education nowadays we are using different concepts. So for that we are using the simplicity and brevity of large community. Python makes for a greater introductory programming language. Applications of Python programming in education has a huge scope as it as a great language to teach in schools or even in a learn your own. So now as we are having a different online courses, using of the online courses, as we easily a simple by using of the simple codes, we can easily learn the Python applications. As coming to the games and 3D graphics, so as using of the PyGames or PyKRM and two frameworks for game development with the help of the Python. Apart from this, we also get a variety of 3D trending libraries. Next, artificial intelligence and machine learning. This is also one of the best Python application is developed nowadays, is used to fascinate the fiction ideas and our future to moving towards the artificial intelligence. People are known to move the technologies where machines can mimic human behavior and machines are automating of the human work. There are also need a process and also analyze huge volume of data. So these are the some of applications which are using the Python, and then we are going to discuss about the key features of Python. So as I said, it is a readability and simplicity, and it's a elegant and using of the different elegant syntaxes stands as a backbone of simplicity in the relation of programming language. The use of indentation to structure code not only enforces consistency but also enhance the readability. This simplicity as into writing to plain English, minimizing the learning curve and foster collaborations, making Python an ideal choice for beginners and experts alike. Next, as a versatility is nothing but is a treatment of adaptability across various programming paradigms, including procedural, object oriented, and functional programming. Its applications range from web development and data sciences to scripting and automation. Next, it is having the extensive standard libraries. So by using of the standard libraries, we can do the programming very powerful as efficient ideas to using of the standard libraries, the repository of modules including OS, date and time, math functions, simplifies complex tasks and significantly reducing the development time. As cross platform compatibility, using of the week as we can do the cross platform compatibility to to provide the proper output or proper extensible information. So it is operates the different operating systems. You can use in any operating system, as it can be a Mac operating system, a Windows operating system. As any operating system, we can easily download the Python, and using of the Python core structure, we can easily do your operations whatever you want. Right. Next, community and third party libraries. As is the class platform compatibility is there. So third party libraries also we can use. Next, we are going to discuss about the main components of Python structure. So as we discussed on the what are the applications and what are the key features of the Python, now we are going to discuss about the what are the main components of Python structure. So here are the some of the main components of Python structure. One is comments, import statements, variables, data types, operators, control structures, functions, classes, exceptions, modules. So what actually the comments? Comments are used to explain the purpose of the statement, what the code is written in the particular programming, to make notes of other programmers. So by seeing of the comment, the other programmers, they can easily know about what actually we did in this program. They start with the using of the hash symbol and are ignored by the interpreter. As you are programming, when you are compiling your programming, when you are writing the statement with the help of the hash function, then the particular statement will be ignored by the your interpreter. Next, import statements are used to importing of your modules or libraries into the program so that it can contain the predefined functions that can be used to accomplish your task. Next, as any programming language, first we need a variables why? Because the variables are to give the information related to your programming. Variables are used to store the data or memory for later use. In Python, variables do not need to be declared with a specific type. Any type of variable or any type of information you can store in your variables. Next, data types. So, as any programming language needed some data types so that by using of those data types, we can run your program. As your data types used to support your several built-in data types, including integers, float, strings, booleans, and list. So mainly in Python programming, as rather than the other data types, we use the list, tuples, dictionaries, and strings. Next, next component is operator. Operators are used to perform the operations in variables and, and data. Python supports all the arithmetic, comparison, and logical operator. Next, control structures are used to flow of control in a program. Python supports all the control structures if else for loop and while loops. Next, functions. Functions are nothing but used to group a set of related statements together and give them a source or give them a name. They can be reused throughout the program. Once if you declare the function, that function can be used throughout of your program. Classes. Classes are used to define the objects and have a specific attributes and methods. They are used to create more complex of data structure and encapsulate the code. Next, exceptions. Exceptions are used to handle the error mechanisms or errors may occur during the execution of a program. Next, as a Python have a as a module have a different types of modules are used to is used to having of some of statements. A module can be define a function define a using of the functions and classes and variables. A module can also include the renewable code. It also have a makes use code makes developers to code makes a developers code easier to understand and use. It also makes the code logically organized. These are the different components which we used in Python programming. Now we will have some basic structure of Python. So here you can see the basic structure of Python as I am just initializing the variables. Just using of the comments and using of the arithmetic operators, I am doing some program. So first, as you can say, first statement using of the as symbol, this is a comment statement. That means that as using of the as symbol, if I am writing something, means that that is a comment that is not executed by your interpreter. Next, second line I gave defining of variables. So that is also I kept in a as symbols. That means that it is also comment. Next, as a sign, as is a, we are using different types of variables. So I'm assigning the values to different variables. That is x is equal to 10, y is equal to some string value I am assigning, and z is equal to again I am assigning boolean value. Thanks. That's it. That is the defining of variable. Next, I am using the assignment operator, and also I am using the arithmetic operator. So, where I am storing the result in a result of x is in a result variable. Result is equal to x plus 5. This is a simple structure of Python. So here no need to write any opening braces and closing braces. So Python is a free ended of the flower braces, right? Opening and closing of the braces. Whereas we are using in a CC programming, as whenever you are writing the main function, you need to open the brace, and again you need to close the brace at the end of the programming. But in Python, we don't have that thing. Directly you can define the variables, and directly you can do the performance, or directly you can do the calculation. This is the simple structure of Python. Next, coming to the data types. So as I said, as we are using the different data types, it represents the kind of value that tells what operations can be performed on a particular data. So data types is going to be tell you about the what are the particular data you want, or particular operation what you want to do in a particular data. That's going to be discussed, that's going to be tells about the data types. So the Python offers versatile collection of data types, including lists, strings, tuples, sets, and sets, dictionaries, and arrays. So let's discuss each and every one in a detail. First is these are the data types, that are numeric, dictionary, boolean, set, sequence type. As under the numeric, we have integer, complex number, float. Under the sequence type, we have string, list, and tuple. So let's discuss about the what are the numeric data types. So as you can see, numeric data types are integers, float, and complex. So integers are a value represented by its int class. It contains a positive or negative whole numbers, and float contains the decimal points, decimal numbers. So it is a real number with a floating point, that is called as a decimal point, represents and is specified with the decimal point. Next, complex number is represented by the complex class. It is also specified as real part and real part with the imaginary part. So as you can see the example here, integer, as I gave as a positive whole number, a is equal to 5. And for the float, I gave as b is equal to 5.0. That is the decimal point I gave. Next, for the complex, c is equal to, as I said, real number plus imaginary number, that is 2 plus 4 3. So like this, you can give the numeric data types when you are defining the variables information. Next, coming up with the sequence type. The sequence type, as we have three types, that is list, tuples, and string. So lists are mutable. So lists are like arrays declared in another language. which are ordered of collection data, and it is very flexible. It is also used to list do not need to be the same type of data. So you can use as integers, or you can use values, or you can use character values. But whenever you are creating a list, you will use the square brackets. And here, once if you created the list, you can do the different operations as it is a immutable operations. Immutable is nothing but you can do the changes once if you created. Changes means you can add the some elements, or you can delete some elements with the help of the indexing positions, and also you can extend your list. So thus, by using of these operations, you can do the changes in your list. And next one is tuple. Tuples are created with the close and normal close parenthesis. That is, as you can see, as you can see the example here, and it is also use any type of data type, as you can create tuples with the help of the numerical data types or character data types, or you can use the float data types also. And these are mutable. Mutable are nothing but once if you created the tuple, you can't edit, mean that you can't do any changes in the tuple. So that is the main difference between the list and tuple. So here you can do all the other performing operations, like you can do the concatenation, or you can do the slicing, or you can do the indexing number. And whereas in a list also you can do the slicing using of the positions, or using of this indexing, you can do the you can slice of your list elements. Next is strings. Strings are nothing but which is which are used to arrays and representing and Unicode characters. So only you can use the characters to create the strings. We are not able to use another data types, that is maybe integer values or float values or complex numbers. We can't use while creating of these strings. Strings are denoted with the single, double or triple quotation marks. And you can see the here example strings. S is equal to welcome to this Greek word. Whatever you want to, that you can write with the help of the single or double quotations. These are the sequence type of data types. Now let's discuss the other data types, that is boolean, set and dictionaries. Boolean objects that are equal to true or false values. And sets is an unordered collection of data types that is iteratable, mutable and has no duplicate elements. So uh, once if you create it again, it's a sets are mutable, so it has not having any duplicate values. And dictionaries are used with the key pair elements. So here dictionaries in Python is a collection of data values used to store the data values, like using of map, unlike and other data types that hold only a single value as an element. A dictionary holds a key value pair. Key value is provided in the dictionary to make it more optimized. Each key value pair in a dictionary is separated by using of the colon, whereas each key is separated by a comma. So not only in this dictionaries, when you are creating tuples or when you are creating list, whatever the elements you are creating, we differentiate the elements with the help of commas. So, and while creating the dictionaries, we use the clever braces, whereas in your tuples we use the close parenthesis, and creating of the list we use the square brackets, and in a dictionaries we use this flower braces. So these are the basic fundamentals of the Python programming. In depth, we can have a lot modules, and by using of the lot of modules, we can do the more powerful visualization. Thank you. In the next session, we'll try to learn about the different modules in Python programming. Thank you.